From the heart of Wayne County, this is Wayne Goldsboro Television, Goldsboro, North Carolina. Today is June 15th, 2016, and this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner, and we are standing in the Historical Superior Court room at the Wayne County Courthouse.
Wow. You know, you may hear an echo behind us. It's only because this room is so big, and this is a very austere room. It's a beautiful old courtroom. It's as old as the courthouse itself. And I forget how old that is, over 100 years old, but it's just absolutely beautiful in here. It's been refurbished a couple of times, and it's gorgeous. And this is where they hold Superior Court here in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Well, and we're doing our morning show here today. It's today, Wednesday. The National Weather Service predicting rain for us. Got a little sprinkle out there right now, as a matter of fact, so we're indoors. Yeah. All right, a couple of things going on. Let's see now, tomorrow night, the Legacy Motown Review will be the featured group at Center Street Jam, and it's free to get in, absolutely free, no charge. Just go have a good time and boogie boogie. It's no extra charge to dance. You can do that, and if you want to sing along, you can do that too, right?
Yep. Starts
at 6 p.m., and that's at the John Street parking lot in downtown Goldsboro, between John and Center Street. Also, we have an announcement here from the Board of Elections here in Wayne County. Many voters have recently received a letter from the Voter Participation Center saying that they are not registered to vote. Now, the Board of Elections of Wayne County is not affiliated with this organization, the Voter Participation Center. So if you feel you have received a notification in error, you may remove your name from their mailing list. You have to call them. Call the VPC, Voter Participation Center, and here's their phone number. This is in Washington, D.C., and from what I can tell, it's not a toll-free call. You dial 1-202-659-9570. 202-659-9570, and we'll repeat that number here in just a few minutes, okay? So if you didn't get it that time, get a pencil and paper. We'll give you that number again in just a few minutes. Okay, what's going on with you?
Talking about Board of Elections, the filing for the Wayne County Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor is going on up until July the 1st. This is just for the filing part of it. The general election will be in November, and you need to go ahead and file if you're interested in the Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor.
District Supervisor, that's a pretty lofty position there. Yeah. So if you feel you're qualified, you want to run for that position, there you go. That's how you do it.
There you go.
Who do you call?
You can contact the Board of Elections at 731-1411.
Right. Okay.
For more information.
Okay, today is the 15th. That means tomorrow night, the Thursday night Business After Hours kicks off in Goldsboro. Business After Hours tomorrow night will be at the Town Place Suites by Marriott, and that's on North Park Drive in Goldsboro. And that's tomorrow beginning at 5:30. And when you leave there, you head right on downtown to Center Street Jam. Right?
Yep.
All right. Town Place Suites by Marriott, Business After Hours. And if you're not a Chamber of Commerce member, you should be. If you have a business, then you should be, especially if you own a business or your management of a business. You should be part of the Chamber of Commerce of Wayne County. There are many, many advantages to being a member of the Chamber of Commerce of Wayne County. Also, you don't have to have a business to be a part of the chamber. You can actually work for a business who's already a chamber member, and then you can join separately and individually. Yeah, you can call the chamber office for more details about that. That number is 919-734-2241, 734-2241, and ask, hey, how do I join this organization? There you go. They'd love to talk to you about that, okay? Okay,
Don't we have a ribbon cutting coming up?
We have a ribbon cutting coming up. Thank you very much. Thank you. Our ribbon cutting is coming up on the 23rd. That's a week from tomorrow, the 23rd, at the Habitat Restore. That's on Mulberry Street, downtown Goldsboro. And that all begins at 11:30 in the morning, and all you have to do is just go and be there and enjoy yourself. Now, it's because the Restore recently, it's been there a number of years, but they recently joined the Chamber of Commerce. So they're going to have a ribbon cutting at the Habitat Restore. That's 124 East Mulberry Street. Thank you. It's called me, Rand McNally. East Mulberry Street, downtown Goldsboro, and that's going to be a great place to go. Now, I go to the Restore once in a while. They have a tremendous selection of everything. They have a book selection you wouldn't believe the number of books they have, and they're just dirt cheap. If you're a reader, that's the place to get your books right there, because they have everything and in excellent, excellent shape. Some of them are like brand new, but that's the place to get them. Also, they have furniture. They have clothing, they have knickknacks, they got patty wax, they got Get Your Dog Bone, they got upstairs, they got plumbing supplies, electrical supplies, and EIOs and stuff like that. And here we go, and boogie, boogie, boogie. Anyway, that's at the... That's at the Habitat Restore.
Wayne. You were doing good.
I know. I lost it. I found it. And 5.
Oh, my.
Oh, mine too. Oh, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's at the
You're not going to make it.
Okay. It's your fault.
No, it ain't.
Yeah. Habit. It's at the habit. It's at the 5. Oh, gosh. And 5. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's at the Habitat Restore at 124 East Mulberry Street, downtown Goldsboro. Love to see you there. 11:30, a week from tomorrow. Okay? Coming up.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
What's going on at the Senior Center?
I'm glad you asked. I went over to the Senior Center a couple of days ago and talked to Paula Edwards. Man, they have got so many things going on. If you are 60 or above, and you're not a member of the Senior Center, you are really missing out. That place is hopping. There's so many things to do there. So many things to do. I did an interview with Paula and with a lady she and her crew, and there was a bunch of volunteers in there working on this. There had to be, gee whiz, 8 or 9 people in there doing this. They were making these pads that they donate to the Salvation Army to give to people who are homeless. And they put these pads down. And these pads are made out of grocery bags, the plastic bags like you get at some of the major stores, well, any of the stores now.
Plastic bags?
They make them out of plastic bags. And I saw Sears, I saw Target, I saw Walmart bags, Food Lion bags, all kinds of bags.
Wow.
Grocery bags. I mean, like you take your bread home in. And they take them and make them in such a way that they are actually soft and comfortable, and they're for homeless people. And it takes, I understand, well, it takes a long time just to make one, and they have got a bunch of them out there. And right now they've got them saved up, if you will, because right now they can't donate them, but they will be donating them soon. There's a bunch of them out there too that they're making. And it's just a great program. And at the Senior Center, here's what's going on. Now, tomorrow night is game night. If you're a gamer, you can enjoy a night of fun at the Peggy M. Seeger Senior Center at 2001 East Ash Street, 2001 East Ash, the former Sportsman's World. And tomorrow night at 6 p.m., they're going to have table tennis and shuffleboards and cornhole, and they're going to have the Wii game going. Anyway, you want more information about this, you can call Paula, and Paula's number 919-705-1765. All right, coming up next here on Wayne Goldsboro Television, Chip Crumpler is going to be with us. Now, Chip is the county planner of Wayne County, and he's going to tell us about a survey. And you have some information about that, right?
do.
What's he talking about?
Wayne County wants to improve our internet service throughout the community, and we need you to take a broadband survey. So Chip has come into the studio, and he will give you a lot of information on why we need the internet service, why the surveys are very important, that each and every one takes them.
Excellent. That's coming up next here on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Stay right where you are. We'll be back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Today, Wayne County Planner Chip Crumpler joins us in the studio. How are you doing?
Good.
Man, I tell you what, you're a busy guy. And to add to everything else, you've got a survey going on right now.
Correct.
And tell me about that survey. What's it about? Who are you looking for, and what kind of input are you looking for?
The county is trying to measure input onto the level of internet services that the county residents have currently, and what desire there may be to improve services in the county. So we have a survey that's gauging public interest on their internet service, their current internet connections, what type of internet connection they have, what types they may want to be able to have, and what types of monies they would be willing to pay to get those services. And what we will do is take the results of that survey and map those and supply that back to the state of North Carolina. So we're gauging public input onto the internet access that the county currently has in an effort to improve that access.
Okay. Now, not everyone in Wayne County has access to the internet, which in this day and time is kind of hard to believe.
Correct. Well, they have access to internet either, but it may be through a method that's not economical, or it may not provide the highest and best service.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think everybody could probably have wireless service, but that can be very expensive to provide.
It can be very expensive. You're talking about HughesNet, that sort of thing,
or
satellite?
Or through a wireless telephone.
Wireless telephone.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's, what we're looking at as high-speed internet access, and the ability to view, for multiple people to be on your internet connection and to stream movies, stream video, have that high-speed capacity that students could get on there at the same time and do their homework.
Yeah.
Businesses that are home-based in the county can operate and use the functionality of the internet, because I mean that's basically an essential day-to-day requirement now.
It is now, and traditional. It's for the last decade, I guess. Broadband is actually, the way that most people access.
Most
Through home,
Right.
through their home, and through a small business is the way to access the internet
Right.
nowadays. So that's not available in many areas of the county.
It's not available in many areas of the county, or the download speed is not at the capacity it needs to be at. So in North Carolina, counties or local governments cannot negotiate with internet service providers to improve those things.
We cannot.
You cannot.
Now, why is that?
It's a law.
Well, who
It's a
made that law?
State law.
We need to change that. We can't negotiate?
That is correct. Only the state can negotiate those. So we're participating in a program that's offered by the state. If we show public interest that we want higher speed internet, they will negotiate with the internet service providers to try to improve the infrastructure that we have here for that.
So we're trusting them to be good negotiators.
That's right. And so
Why
we
are
have
we
to
doing
have,
that then?
well, we have to. That's the only
that's
way
the law.
that's the only way we're going to get it.
That's not a good law.
And the thing is, the more survey responses that we get, the more interest we're showing.
So the more survey responses we get, the more interest we're showing, the better the chances are improving internet
That is correct.
accessibility here in Wayne County.
That is correct.
Okay.
And this survey is open until July the 1st.
Which is very soon.
That's right. And we're trying to get a lot more response to it than we've had so far.
So how
we've had some response, but not what I want. I want more. Because I think the more we get, of course, they're going to say, "Oh, okay, let's
we gotta
see
do something.
this."
Yeah, a lot of people.
And what these responses, they'll basically map out those underserved areas. Is what it's doing. It's going to show up on a map those areas in the county that are underserved. So it's very important.
This is important. So I don't want to pigeonhole anyone, but are there some areas that you'd like to get more response from than
No,
just
anywhere, anybody, businesses, individuals.
So if they already have internet service, you still want them to fill out the survey?
Oh yes.
That's just as important.
Because you may not be satisfied with your current internet service.
I'm never happy with that.
Right. Well, there's a sign.
Well, there you go.
I mean, so you're getting, poor response. You're getting poor responses even from inside the city.
Yeah.
Because it's just not the same level of service that some other areas in the state have.
Now, at the same time, there may be people who believe that their own computing system in the home may not be up to par.
And that may be the case.
But that's not always the case.
That's right.
Many times it's poor internet service.
That's right.
I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, okay, or throwing rocks.
That's right.
But there's a chance that we could have better internet service across the county here if you will simply go to the survey. How do you fill out a survey? Where is that survey?
You can access the survey on our county website. It's on the main homepage.
That's on waynegov.com.
Under the topics, current topics.
Okay.
Click on there and you can access it in Spanish or English.
Okay.
Please fill it out.
Okay. So you go to waynegov.com and scroll down to the title is current topics. Once you reach that, it's right under that.
That's correct.
And it takes, how many pages? 1,000 pages? Or is it 12?
I think 11 questions.
11 questions is all.
If you don't have current access to the internet or computer, you can go to a public library and pick up a paper version of it and fill it out and hand it right back to the librarian.
11 questions?
Yes.
Beautiful.
And then we'll gather those and enter those manually. You can fill out the survey over the phone by 919-731-1650, and we'll fill it out over the phone. Or we can mail one to you.
731-1650.
That's right.
919-731-1650. That's the county planning office.
That's right.
And they can call that number and actually have someone fill it out over the phone.
That's right.
Or you can go to the public library and fill one out right there and hand it right back. It's only 11 questions. It won't take a whole 2 minutes to do it.
That's right.
Do you have to put your name or anything like that on it?
You do not have to put your name. We would like to have, that's an option on there. The biggest thing is we want your address.
That's the biggest thing.
Yes.
That way you know
where they're located.
Where they are, you're able to get access or not to get access.
That's right.
All right. Okay, Chip. So the end of this month, the end of June, is when these all have to be turned in.
July 1, we'll cut it off the survey and we'll go to the next phase of mapping them and getting it turned back into the state.
Okay. Chip Crumpler is the Wayne County planner, and in his office running this survey now to make sure that the county's doing all we can to make sure that everybody has internet service. And this is so important nowadays. It didn't used to be as important as it is now, but it is. There's so many things that can be done over the internet, including your schoolwork for your child.
That's right.
And that's because youngsters nowadays, they have to have a computer at home in order to get to do a lot of their homework and research.
That's right.
All right, well, Chip, I appreciate you
Yes,
coming
sir.
in.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
We're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thanks for being with us. Some great information there from Chip, and we hope you're able to go and complete that survey ever how you want to do it, either at the libraries or the tax department or by phone or by mail. 11 questions. Won't take you but just a minute or two to fill that out and get it back to him. Let's take a look at birthdays very quickly, today being the 15th. Jim Belushi is a very funny guy. He's having a birthday today. He's 62, Jim Belushi is. You may remember Jim, his brother John, of course, died from an overdose some years ago, but Jim's a very funny guy and does well on TV. Has had some very good programs. Julie Haggerty is a funny lady. She was, I first remember her from the movie Airplane, a spoof on all the airport series of movies. Airplane was absolutely hysterical. I mean, it was a nutty movie, and she was part of it. She's 61 today. Helen Hunt. What is that show? All About You? Mad About You. Mad About You with, what's his name? Helen Hunt's 53 years today. Friends, Courtney Cox. She's having a birthday. She's 52 today. Leah Remini. I'm not sure, but I think she is on the King of Queens, I think. She's 46 today, and Neil Patrick Harris has done a little bit of everything. He's 43 years today. All right? Those are the birthdays we have so far, and if we have any more, we'll let you know.
What's special about today?
Special about today, today being the 15th, today is Global Wind Day. Ooh. Oh, I mean, okay. Also, today is Magna Carta Day. You know the Magna Carta? You ever heard of that? Well, it seems that some years ago, many, back in jolly old England, everybody was really upset with the king. So they made Dear John sign the Magna Carta, which actually went on to become the basis for our very own Constitution. They took some things out of the Magna Carta and applied in our very own Constitution. It was a basis, not a duplicate or anything like that. Ours is an original, but they borrowed some ideas from not the Magna Carta, but from Magna Carta, which means Great Charter. That was too much information, wasn't it? Okay. Today is also Native American Citizenship Day. It's Nature Photography Day. It is National Day of Prayer for law enforcement officers. That's important. Today is also Worldwide Day of Giving and World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. From what I've seen of some elders, you start picking on them, they'll kick you or hit you, and it hurts. I hear. Okay, that's what's special about today. Also about today, next week rather, magnificent masks, mask is part of the summer camp at the Arts Council of Wayne County. Artsinwayne.org is the website, and you can get a lot of information there. But next week, beginning on the 20th, beginning June 20th, they're going to have magnificent masks. Campers will use a variety of materials to make masks of different cultures, studying new and different cultures. That's right. Okay, also you too can paint with Carrie Crum. That's all next week. It's $90 is the cost per child on that. All right. All righty, and coming up, we've got a bunch of stuff to talk to you about the Parks and Recreation Department, City of Goldsboro Parks and Rec Department. All right, all that's coming up.
Yes.
We ready?
We're ready.
Here we go. We'll be back. We're joined today with Sheriff Larry Pierce, the Wayne County Sheriff. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Great to have you with us today.
Thank you.
We covered some ground here a few weeks ago about the task force. I want to cover some more ground on that. Tell me about the task force. Give us a little background.
Okay. The Governor's Crime Commission and Highway Safety Program has provided a grant that we took advantage of and formed our DWI Task Force. And we're currently utilizing 4 personnel in that position. They are all drug recognition experts, which means they are able to analyze without the intoxilizer. They can analyze you on the scene, plus bring you in and do a analysis of your blood pressure, temperature, pupil reaction, all different things, muscle coordination. All of that is done without an intoxilizer, which only is effective with alcohol. So now we're able to effectively analyze you for drugs as well.
Good gracious. So let me make sure I understand this now. They can do all this to someone who they suspect as being under the influence.
That is correct.
Now, what if you're not all that well coordinated? I mean,
well, then we still draw blood. We take you to the hospital and still have the nurse to draw blood to confirm our analysis that we perform.
Oh, okay. So you're not, they say, well, walk this line, and you fall over. You may not be intoxicated. Maybe you just can't walk well.
That's right. And then we give you the second opportunity by drawing your blood.
Thank goodness for that, huh? Thank goodness. That's all I got to say about that. Now, I know this has got to be having an effect. How are we doing with that? Is it being successful? Do we know yet? Or?
It is being very successful, and we're coordinating a program with alcohol law enforcement agents as well. And we just had an initiative this past weekend where we went out Friday night and worked all night with checkpoints and work in different areas that have the clubs in it to make sure that people will remain safe. You know, people need to have a good time, but they also need to be responsible for their actions and not get on the highway if they are intoxicated.
That's right.
Or
That's
impaired
exactly
in any way.
Impaired in any way. I mean, it's just common sense. If you're impaired, your reactions are slower, and
Absolutely.
you're going to end up hurting somebody, and which in turn would hurt perhaps your family or somebody else's family.
That's right.
It just doesn't make sense.
That's correct.
And the penalties
Yes.
are really
They are. You
hard.
can lose your license for a long time, as well as possibly being incarcerated if you have multiple offenses. And so between
Incarcerated. That's a
yeah.
long word for being thrown into pokey.
That's right.
You
And we're
put-
building a new facility.
That's right.
I don't know if you want me to reserve a room for you or
No,
not.
not for me. No, I don't do that anymore or whatever. But no, no, I'm fine.
Okay.
But I appreciate the offer.
Sure thing.
The alley suite. I
That's
can
right.
see it now.
That's
yeah.
right. Personal room, just like a
Wow.
penthouse.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
I'll skip that. Thank
Okay,
you.
that's
I
fine.
appreciate that. But now, since we touched on that in just a second, let's talk about the new detention center.
Yes, sir. We're opening in October if things go well, and it will be 218 bed capacity. We currently have the 200 bed jail that will also still operate, and that way the inmates that are being sent outside of our county because of our overcrowding right now will be brought back to Wayne County, and we'll be saving quite a bit for the taxpayer.
You know, I was talking to George Wood, the county manager here a couple of days ago, and he's very excited about this as well. We spend $50 a day per inmate for somebody else to house them for us.
That is correct.
Because we're overcrowded.
That's right.
And this new facility will allow us to maintain our population, our
That's
inmate
right.
population, as well as perhaps even take some in from other locations.
That's right. We will be a receiving facility for other counties that are currently overcrowded. So we're excited about that. And like I say, when you're talking about saving $800,000 to $1 million a year, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. That is certainly a lot of money. And I see down the road at some point we could perhaps even break even on this thing.
Oh, yeah.
With the number
Oh,
of
yeah.
inmates that we
That's
could
right.
house.
So we're looking forward to that operation.
All right, now let me get away from this because I kind of distracted everybody from this, but I want to get back to the task force now. This task force is 4 individuals
Yes, sir.
who are very experienced at what they do.
They're very experienced officers, and they've gone through extensive training with their drug recognition expert training.
All right, and this is having an effect on the DUI population, let's call it, here in Wayne County.
Yes.
I want to mention again the severe penalties. Now, you mentioned incarceration, possible incarceration,
Yes.
possibly losing the driving privilege, which is a privilege, it's not a right.
That's correct.
It is a privilege for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there may be some people who do not feel that the sheriff's office has the authority, traffic authority. And at one time, our local Wayne County Sheriff's Office did not take advantage of that, having that authority.
Right.
But now we do.
Absolutely. We have the authority, plus it is a crime-fighting tool, actually. The number of people that not only will we take off the road that are impaired because of safety reasons, we also find right many other crime related to break-ins, robberies, things of that nature when we make these vehicle stops. We've got several people for warrants that had outstanding warrants, fugitive warrants from out of state.
Oh, man.
So it not only ties in with the safety factor, it also is a actual criminal activity that we are taking off the street from another perspective.
Now that's great. Yeah, you're right. I hadn't even thought about that. Well, let me ask you this. When you stop a vehicle for whatever, broken tail light, driving erratically, perhaps even under the influence, you check them out for that.
Yes.
Does the officer making that stop then have, do they have to ask permission to search the vehicle?
We do ask permission to search the vehicle unless we observe activity within that vehicle that gives us an automatic right to do that. And that could be drug activity within the vehicle. It could be firearms in the vehicle. It could be apparent stolen property in the vehicle.
Open container?
Open containers. So, you know, we do try to be very cognizant of the fact that they have a right to privacy.
Right.
But when you're in a vehicle, you don't have as much privacy as you might think as you would in your home.
And that's why there's a problem with these windows that are tinted windows. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why, because you can't see what somebody may be doing in that vehicle. They may have a weapon.
That's right. It's very dangerous for the officer to approach a vehicle. It's very dangerous.
Extremely dangerous.
And of course, tinted windows, there is a limit that you can go to, and once it passes that limit, you can also be cited for too much tint on your windows.
I was speaking with a young new driver who had tinted his windows and got fined. And he was saying, well, I don't know why I can't do it, because the sheriff's department, the sheriff's office, they tint their windows. Why can't I?
Yeah, well, we are exempt from that particular law.
You certainly are.
Number one, we tint our windows a little darker for not only our safety, but for also the computer modules that are inside. We have a lot of electronic equipment now that has to be protected from direct sunlight.
Exactly.
So we have to do that for that reason also.
But I would think it would be mainly for the officer's protection.
It is for the officer's protection as well.
Yeah.
That is correct. Yeah. Another thing I want to bring up is the modification of the muffler system on your vehicle. That is a violation as well. So even though we try to be very liberal about the way we're citing people on that, if you're going through neighborhoods with these loud mufflers, we will cite you, because we're getting a lot of complaints on that now.
Now, what if you're going through neighborhoods and you've got bad mufflers, but you're cognizant of that and you're just trying to kind of take it easy? Is it the number of complaints that cause the problem?
Well, no, it's a violation of the general statute of North Carolina that causes the problem.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I got some work to do on my truck then. Okay. Well, never mind that. Okay. I'll work on that. And you didn't hear that from me.
I understand.
I mean, I'm talking to the sheriff here, the man. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
And don't forget, we're out there picking up trash every day, so we ask the citizens, please restrain from littering the highways.
Oh, man.
Wayne County's got a real problem with that.
We do have a problem.
It is. It causes us many, many heartaches, and people coming through our county, they don't want to see all that trash out there.
Well, okay, so the penalties again. This is just plain littering.
That's right, and I have advised my deputies, if they see littering, they're going to cite for it, because I'm tired of seeing trash beside the road. We're out there every day picking it up, and honestly, within a day or two after picking up a street, you go right back and it's littered again.
I know.
And that's not right. That's not right.
Kind of makes me angry.
Me too.
Yeah, I bet it does. You don't want to make this man angry. Look, man, Sheriff.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Doing a great job.
Thank you.
And let me say one more thing. Our Wayne County Sheriff's Office, they're out there to protect the citizens of Wayne County. They're out there doing a job. And we really need to thank these folks every time we see a deputy or an officer doing their job. We appreciate what you do, and we appreciate your staff. You got a fantastic staff. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Our men do a great job, and our ladies.
Yes, they do.
They really do.
Your whole staff, they do a great job. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thank you for being with us, and a very quick reminder for you. This program airs 5 days a week. Each day we have a different show. Every day using different words and all that. But here's the thing. We're on at 7 a.m. The show repeats at noon. Then the show repeats again at 5:30 p.m. We hope you're able to join us. If you happen to miss us, you can catch us over the weekend. This show will air twice on Saturday and twice on Sunday. Okay, blood pressure checks on the first and third Tuesday of each month. Coming up next Tuesday, Gentiva will be at the Senior Center. Gentiva will be there on June 21st to check your blood pressure, and it's free. And you know what? Sometimes they catch things that you should be aware of, because, I mean, think about it. Get serious about this now. You need to have your blood pressure checked periodically, not just once in a while. Because nowadays people are not taking care of themselves. The obesity rate, the overweight rate across the country has just gone just out of sight. It's just off the scale. So you need to consider and think about your health. Think about it a lot. Okay? You got to eat right. You got to exercise. You got to do it. You got to do it, because if you don't do it, the consequences are not good. So think about what you're doing, all right? Does that make sense?
Don't forget, at the fire department on Royal Avenue, you can have your child car seats checked to make sure they're properly installed and make sure they're up to date. That's the first and third Wednesday from 2 to 5. Or you can contact the Partnership for Children of Wayne County Monday through Thursday between 8 and 4:30, but they prefer you to call and make an appointment.
And if you call to make an appointment for that, it's easy to do. You call 919-735-3371, 919-735-3371, and say, hey, I'd like to come by and have you check out my car seat. You know, and that's a good thing because all car seats are not made alike, you know, and some you have to put them in differently.
Sure.
Okay. All right, what else do we have here? Summer day camps from 4-H, they got gobs and gobs of them. I mean, you know, it makes you want to be 12 again. Well, maybe, anyway. It makes you want to go to these summer camps. Coming up, the next summer camp from the 4-H folks, 4-H is having a summer camp. Wait a minute, I'm on the wrong page here. Like, that's surprising, right? Let's see, June, well, okay, that's today. Well, by the time we get this, it'll be all over. Let's look at tomorrow. Tomorrow, I like this one. Now you're cooking. All right, this is tomorrow for ages 8 and older. $15 is the cost. Now, it can take in 12 youngsters at a time. The time is from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Wayne Center, corner of George and Chestnut Street. Wayne Center, corner of George and Chestnut. $15 for your youngster to attend the Now You're Cooking. Join them in cooking lunch and dessert as you learn about the basics of cooking, kitchen safety, and something called My Plate. Very good. Now, the day after that, Friday the 17th, gone fishing. If you want to learn the basics of fishing and try to catch the big one, you can go go to this fishing camp where they'll travel to the Wildlife Pond, which is what is that? That's the Wildlife Pond. Is out Wayne Memorial Drive, all right? And fish and then visit the tilapia farm. I've been there. Boy, that is fun. Don't forget sunscreen, change of clothes or a bathing suit so you can keep cool wading in the water. Now, they'll make our very own cane pole to take home. Boy, that's fun. Feel free to bring your own pole if you like. Bring a bag lunch as well. They're going to travel to the tilapia farm in Pikeville. Now, June 17th, that's this Friday, 9 years and older and up, from 9 to 3, the cost is only $10, and they can only take 10 youngsters at a time, and this you'll meet at the Wayne Center and travel by van from that point on. Everybody meets at the same place. That sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? Yeah. We're going to do this again tomorrow. Can we go? Yeah. Time's up. That's why I asked. Time's up. We got to go. We'll be back in here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. or at noon or at 5:30. We're here all those times. So until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.